Welcome to Kind of Cooking, where we do sous vide recipes and more. But today we are going to do a basic video on how to use the Anova Precision Cooker. We have this version, the newest one, the Anova Precision Cooker, and we had an older one, which is the Bluetooth version. For the purpose of today's video, we're going to use this one. So let's get started. The first thing you want to do is fill your tub with water. I use it hot from the tap, or sometimes I boil some water and pour it in. That way that saves some power for this. So once this is filled up with some warm water, if you're using the Anova container, the clamp goes on the part with the little cutout for it. We're gonna put the clamp on, tighten it, and then put our sous vide cooker inside. There is a little groove for it, but I think you can face it whichever way you want. After you put it in there, you want to tighten it so it doesn't move. Don't make it overly tight, and plug it in. Yeah, ideally, you want your plug to be a little closer, but to show you this video, it's going to be a little stretch. One thing I forgot to mention is that you want to have your heat mats, okay? This thing will get hot. It's going to get as hot as you set it. So if you're doing something like 160, 150, and you're doing for a long cook, it will eventually break your countertop, and no one wants that. These are expensive. So put a heat mat under, or put it somewhere where it's not going to be affected on your stove if you're not using it, or sometimes I have a little bench on the side and I'll put it on the bench. I still always put a heat mat and a couple of placemats underneath just to protect whatever surface I'm using. There's a couple ways to use this. The first way is to use it manually right on here, and the other way is through your phone app. For now, I'm going to do it directly on here to show you this first. That's what I usually do. I rarely use the app, but I'm going to show you how to use both. It's relatively simple to use this directly from here. There's only a couple buttons. There's a selection between Celsius and Fahrenheit. If you hold this, it will change to Celsius. And if you press it again, it will change back to Fahrenheit. I'm going to use Fahrenheit today. The next one is your target temperature. You can check currently the temperature of the water. And if you select this, it's going to tell you the temperature that you have targeted. And that's what it will go to later on. You can use this minus button or the plus button to reach there. If you hold it, it goes faster. And if you just press one at a time, it goes at a half-degree increment. So we're going to set it back to 160. And then you have your timer. You can set your timer using the plus and minus buttons. Okay, those are minutes. And we can go into hours. You should start the timer once the water has reached temperature and you put in the food. You do not count the time before your water reaches the temperature. And once you're ready, you're going to press the go button. While waiting for your water to come up to temperature, you're going to put the lid on. And this way it can use a little less energy and it will come up to temperature much faster. Just like boiling water, you would put a lid on so it boils faster. Personally, I like to use it manually, but I'm going to teach you how to also use it from your phone. It does have its advantages. You can control it from anywhere. You can be in your bedroom, you can be outside, and you can still control your device. You can turn it on, turn it off, whatever you need to do, adjust the temperature. So the first thing you do is you press this target button. You're going to hold it, and then a 4-digit code is going to come up. On your phone, you press connect. Once you press connect, you enter that code and connect to the device's Wi-Fi. It will then prompt you to enter your house Wi-Fi or whatever Wi-Fi you're on. Then it will connect this device and your phone to the existing Wi-Fi. The one thing to keep in mind is that you can't use 5G. It has to be 2.5G. 5G is not going to work for this device, and sometimes spaces and little things will screw it up, so sometimes it's a little finicky. So once you're connected, it's going to say done, and you'll be able to see your device. When you press cook, Anova would like to send you notifications. You can choose to allow or don't allow. We're going to allow it. You can set your temperature and you can set your timer. So we're going to set it back to 160. So we're going to set our timer to 20 hours. Set time, start Anova. And there you go. It's pretty quick, pretty simple. And that's pretty much all there is to it. So once this has come up to temperature, you're going to take your lid off. And we're going to drop in our beauty. We have a jerk pork here that we used our Anova sealer. We have a video on using the Anova sealer, so check that out. It's going to be in the description below. But once it's ready, we're going to just pop it right in. And that's it. So this is an optional step. You can put this grate on. What I like to use it for is clipping my food to this here, especially when using a Ziploc bag. That way it doesn't go under the water. Today I don't need to since I vacuum sealed it. It's just going to use it to keep it submerged. Once you have that on, the lid goes back on, and we'll see you in, I guess for me, 20 hours. The final thing I want to talk about is cleaning your device. The easiest way is to get a jar or get a container and fill it up, okay? We're going to put it into a water and vinegar solution, 50-50, and you put it in there, you set it, you turn it on, and you leave it in there for about 30 minutes or so, and that's how you clean your device. With some of the models, you can twist it and take it apart. You just want to be very careful because you don't want to bend any of the mechanisms. And you take it apart, and sometimes it'll be lime scaling or something else, and you can use something to clean that off. When you put this back on, you line up the holes and make sure the fan in the bottom is going to go in the right place, and then twist it back closed. If you have any questions, put them in the comment section below and we'll make sure to get back to you. We have a bunch of tips and beginner guides on our channel, along with a lot of recipes and experiments that we've done. So hit subscribe and make sure to hit that notification bell so that you know when our new videos come out.